Good afternoon, everybody. Excited to be here today to talk about the future of listing power tools and Robert Palmer companies. As many of you know, in 2016, we embarked on a mission to build marketing technology for real estate agents. And I had this goal to make some of the best marketing and philosophies and things that I'd used in my businesses available to real estate agents. But as we went down this journey, we started to realize that unfortunately, as a software as a service, as a SaaS provider, that our interests weren't necessarily aligned with the agents that we served. And so my team and I sat down and we thought about how can we reinvent this company in a way where our interests are aligned, where we can roll out the best possible technology for our agents to help them sell the most homes possible and be as successful as possible and help as many customers of theirs as possible. And we realized that the best way to do that was to become a real estate brokerage. And starting in 2018, we made the decision that that's the direction we were going to go. So here we are almost 4 years later, and I'm proud to announce that Listing Power Tools is giving birth to LPT Realty.
Wow, what a great start to LPT Explained, presented by Elevated Agents. My name is AJ Ackerman.
I'm Mark Ammons.
And we are absolutely excited and thrilled to be here with you today. So first off, thank you so much for being here. Once again, my name's AJ, this is Mark. We're here, we're excited. Mark has put a ton of energy and time into this. And so our goal is to educate, elevate, and inspire. What does that mean? Well, we want to educate you. That's the whole idea, right? Is you're here because you think there's an opportunity. You believe there's something else better out there for you. And I'm here to tell you, you're here for a reason, right? There's a reason that you decided to be here today. There was some voice inside of you that said, hey, I need to learn some more information. And so that's what we've invested time into do. And thank you so much for being here. We're so appreciative of you and your time. And honestly, that's one of the greatest gifts that you can give is your time. And so our goal is to make the most out of this time, to truly help you understand what LPT is all about as of today, right? We're shooting this January of 2023. It's been an exciting month so far. We're almost into February 2023. Best year ever. That's right. And so educate, elevate. We want to level up, right? Our goal is always, how do we help you level up and get to the next level, and inspire, right? Inspire you to make a decision. And that's one of the cool things, is that at the end of this presentation, you'll have a decision to make. You'll get to decide whether you do nothing, right? Keep doing the same things that you've been doing and getting the same result, which is, again, totally cool. That's up to you. The second thing is you may get inspired to make the move, right? Maybe it is time to find a better fit for you, a better brokerage, or, which would be awesome, is you decide to join LPT, right? Our brokerage for life. And so one of the things that I want to make sure that as you move on this is that there are 5 key questions. When I was building my brokerage years and years ago, I was trying to decide what was the most value. Like, why would somebody leave their brokerage and come to another? And there was 5 key questions, 5 things that I want you to think about that we're going to go through as you're watching this presentation. So please have something to write with, whether it's a pen, a pencil, or you need your phone to just type on your notes. I know a lot of millennials do that. Decide and write down the notes, the things that pop in your head, because again, we're going to be pouring information to you. But the 5 questions are this. 1, what's the company's vision? Where's the company going to be 3, 5, 10 years from now? Question number 2, what's the company's culture? Like, who are you hanging out with? What are their beliefs? What are their value systems? Question number 3, what does the company care about your lifestyle? Do they care about the type of lifestyle that you want to live? Question number 4, how is the company going to support you in many ways? And we're going to go through all that. And question number 5, which is the absolute most important question, is how is the brokerage going to help me? How are they going to help you grow your business? Because guess what? You're an entrepreneur, right? We're in this to grow, to elevate, to level up. And so our goal is to answer these 5 questions. So feel free at any time to pause and take notes, right? Again, the whole concept was for Mark was to give you as much information as possible. And we're here to just kind of inspire you, pump you up, and give you the information. But we got a lot to go through. So we're going to go ahead and shoot through to the first question, which is
vision. All right, so let's get kicked off here. So really the things that we're looking at with vision is what's the company's vision? Where is the company going? You've got a leader of that company and where are they trying to take the company? And the big question for you to answer is, can you see yourself being a part of that journey? Is that vision in alignment with where you see yourself going as well? So in order to talk about vision, we have to talk about the visionary, and this is our visionary, Mr. Robert Palmer. I'm not going to spend too much time talking specifically about Robert because you're going to see Robert's fingerprints on everything that we're going to talk about throughout the rest of this presentation. So, we're in the infant stage of this company. We haven't even been around for a year yet, which is crazy. And to see the massive growth and the excitement about this company that we have is pretty incredible. And that's because we have a visionary and a leader who spent years and years and years analyzing the real estate market, analyzing the migration of real estate where they move throughout their career from one brokerage to the next, why they do that, and then really trying to find a way to make it so that agents don't feel like they constantly have to migrate from one brokerage to the next to the next. So I put a quote on here that good business leaders create a vision, articulate the vision, and passionately own the vision and relentlessly drive it to completion. And that to me is really just kind of what I want to say about Robert, is that we get to experience Robert's leadership on a daily basis. And that's the kind of leader that we see, is someone who creates a vision, articulates that vision clearly so that other people can get on board. They passionately own that vision and then relentlessly drive it to completion. And that's Robert Palmer in a nutshell. So not gonna spend too much more time on that, but just know everything that you're seeing throughout here comes from years of Robert analyzing the real estate industry and his experience in that over the last 20 years to create what you're gonna see tonight. So what was the vision? So Robert's vision was to create a cloud-based brokerage platform that offered agents full service benefits with 100% commission options, as well as the ability to earn stock and revenue share. To date, that was not something that had been done. So this really was revolutionary. And the result of that vision was a revolutionary brokerage for life platform. So when we say brokerage for life, what do we mean? There's a couple different parts, but it all starts at our flat fee 100% commission model, which is also internally known as our business builder plan. So this is a plan that was really designed to give agents a way to keep more money that they're earning, reinvest that money back into their business, and build their business. So you can join LPT Realty, start at this model, and you can stay there for your entire career if you want, but we also have options for you if you want to grow your business and expand it in a different way. And the next way that you would do that is through our traditional commission structure, but that also allows you to earn revenue share. So the great thing about all the models that we have here, and really the cornerstone of LPT Realty, is that we are a cloud-based brokerage with a revenue share option. And no matter where you're at in the company, you're allowed to attract agents and build them into your downline. On that business builder model, we're going to talk more about this. You can still do that, but if you want to start earning those dollars, that's when you're going to move over to our traditional commission structure. 80-20 split, $15,000 cap, and this is going to allow you to build residual income. Now, the next part of our brokerage for life is real estate teams. We really see the future of real estate being more team-based. We believe that the sum is greater than the parts, and so when you can take a lot of agents who have specialized skills and different knowledge and abilities and put them together, you can really create a powerful experience for your clients to help not only sell more real estate as a team and then provide a higher level of service to your agents. So we believe in building teams and being able to structure those teams the way that you want. And so rather than forcing you to structure your teams in a certain way, we give you the options to structure those in a way that you want. And we do that by monetizing the gap. So by having multiple commission structures that you can be in at, as a team leader, you're going to be a RevShare partner, but you can have a lot of members on your team as business builders so that you've got that $10,000 delta in caps that you can use creatively to grow your team and build your team the way that you want. So that's huge. And then lastly, when you get to the end of your career and you decide that you either want to stop selling real estate or start toning down the amount of real estate that you're selling, you need a plan for how you're going to still earn income. And that's something that we offer here as well, is a way to start building up retirement wealth by simply doing the things that you're already doing, which is selling real estate and attracting agents. And so we want to start with the end in mind. And unfortunately, too many agents don't start thinking about this step until they're too late in their career to really do something about it. So we've designed our brokerage in such a way that not only is it going to be a phenomenal fit for you throughout your career, but when your career starts kind of winding down, we've got things in place between stocks and revenue share that can really build some long-term wealth. And so I would encourage you, if you haven't started already, start thinking about what is your retirement plan. Do you have a plan for what you are going to do when you want to start selling less real estate later in your career? And we're going to talk through some options that we have here at LPT Realty that are going to allow you to do that. So that's our Brokerage for Life model. I want to walk very quickly through what a potential career path at LPT Realty could look like relative to what it may look like somewhere else. That's just a single path. So if you're a brand new agent, you join in, and this example is going to start with a brand new agent. If you're a more experienced agent, just plug yourself in a little farther down the progression so you can kind of visualize what that choice would look like. But as a brand new agent, when you join LPT Realty, right off the bat, you've got two options. Do you want to go that business builder, flat fee, 100% commission option, or do you want to be a RevShare partner? Now, a lot of newer agents are probably going to be better served coming in at that flat fee business builder model so they can keep more money and reinvest that into their business. And so that's the decision that we see right here is a lot of agents are going to come in, become a business builder and sell their first couple houses and really kind of get their feet wet in the industry. And the great thing too is, again, while you're on that model, if there's another agent, a friend of yours gets licensed and they're looking for a brokerage to join, you can show them all the great things you're doing at LPT Realty, and then they join, and then they're going to do the same thing. So that next year you sell a few more houses, and now you've got some people in your downline that you're helping out and bringing into this great model that we've got here. The next year, you keep doing a little bit better. All the tools that we provide here at the brokerage are allowing you to continue to grow that business while simultaneously growing your RevShare downline that you can tap into later. So now we're a few years in. We've got a lot of houses under our belt. We've got a lot of people in our downline. And another decision is coming. So we can continue to stay at that business builder model for the rest of our career if we want, but we start looking in our LPT Connect back end and we see how much revenue share we could be bringing in, and we realize that we've got a decision to make. The amount of revenue we're bringing in could potentially offset the additional cap that we're going to incur by switching from a business builder model to a RevShare partner. So we go ahead and we make the decision that we want to be a RevShare partner, and we make that switch because we give you the option to do so. So again, now you're selling a lot more homes, your downline's growing, and you're getting paid on all of the revenue share that you're actually bringing in. So now you're growing a little bit more and you've got another idea, and maybe you want to start a team. Now, as a RevShare partner, you have the option to do that. And so you're going to go ahead and structure your team in a way that works for you. Now you're selling a lot of homes because you've got a lot of leverage behind you. Your downline is really growing. And now you have other agents that are working underneath of you that you're helping, and they're helping you bring in additional income. So this is kind of what that Brokerage for Life platform looks like. And then after all of this, you've been accruing stock and you're building RevShare throughout the entire thing. So at the point in time you decide that you want to really start kind of toning back what you're doing, you have options for income as well. So that's what a Brokerage for Life looks like, is it gives you options throughout the way to change your mind and change the way that you're running your business and earning income in a way that's beneficial for you.
Woo! I just got excited watching you do that. Sign me up. I'm ready. You know what's so cool? So here's the next question, right? I just got so excited by watching that. If you're not excited, then just stop watching this video now, because this is not the right company for you. And it goes great to this next question, right? How did the market actually respond to the vision? Well, they responded a lot better than what they thought, right? They had originally thought that they were going to grow over time. They were going to grow over years, which we're still growing. But what's fascinating is that just in the state of Florida, the company grew to over 2,800 agents in less than a year. 2,800 in less than a year. You know what's fascinating about that is that it took Keller Williams 12 years to do that in multiple states. It took EXP about 8 years to do that in multiple states. Robert thought it was going to happen in multiple states, but it happened in one. And now that we're in 5 or 6 states, it's going to be really incredible to see where the growth. But obviously, people were ready for a switch. They were ready for something new, something exciting. And, that's just what happens in business, right? People create better models. They create models based on all of the other things that they've seen in the past. And so that's what one of the things Robert did over the last 4 years was look at all the different models and then kind of tie it together to make it a newer version of it. So the company growth has been outstanding. We're excited to see where it goes. And can you see yourself being a part of this vision and journey, right? To kind of end this concept of vision, we talked about where is the company going to go. just imagine for a second where the company could be in 3 and 5 years with the growth that it's already had. Imagine for a second that you had the opportunity to be at the beginning of one of these other, revenue share concepts, the Keller Williams, the EXPs, even Real Brokerage, right? They've been around for about 8 to 12 years now as well. Imagine if being at the beginning, it's something that is providing all of these new tools, this new support, and this new excitement. Right. It's just the excitement's been phenomenal. And to be partnered with all of these different people that are so collaborative has been great. So number 2, culture, right? We talked about vision. What's the company's culture? Who do you want to hang out with? What are their values? Surround yourself with the mindset that you want to have. A lot of people kind of call me the mindset coach. That's just kind of what I've got because I'm so focused on where I am in my mind. I want to be surrounded by people that are excited. I want to be surrounded by people that are focused on personal development, on growth, on elevating, right? We want to level up because if you're not leveling up, what are you doing? You're leveling down.
Falling behind.
That's typically the way it works. And so who are you surrounding yourself with and what mindset do they have? Are you one of those people that goes to the broker open houses and are talking all about how the market's so bad? And are you the person that sits by the water cooler and being all dramatic? Or are you one of those people that are going to the masterminds? One of the really cool things is that we have a mastermind that we do twice a week in one of our groups. And so it's really cool to be talking to top producers over and over and over again.
Let's let Mr. Robert Palmer talk for a minute about kind of how he views culture and what the culture is here. And then ask yourself, how far can you go with the right culture and the right leadership?
A lot of this, it's about pushing people out of their comfort zone, but also helping them understand what's out there. Where are the glass ceilings? Where do they not exist? I'll give you a great example. We had a younger agent who's been very successful with us, and I remember the first time he flew on my jet, and I think we were going over to Gasparilla, and he's on the jet, and we're sitting there talking, and he's like, this makes me want to go out and get bigger. This makes me want to grow. And I said, look, when I was your age, when I was just starting out, I didn't even know what a private jet was. I couldn't think that big. Coming from my environment and where I grew up, my idea of success was so small compared to what could actually be out there. And so I think a part of my responsibility to our agents, to our shareholders, to our partners, is to help them expand their idea of what is possible, what can be achieved, what should they be shooting for. Because look, if you set your goals to own a private jet when you're 22, my goal at 22 was to have enough money to buy a house and maybe get a Hummer, like an H2 back in the day. I couldn't think bigger than that. Yeah. And so by exposing our agents to this bigger world, it can be very motivating. Yeah. And that's been exciting to see. And then also, it's about pushing our agents out of their comfort zone. We provide billboards and the radio shows and the listing power tools and all these things. It pushes agents to get out of their comfort zone because the biggest enemy to your success is your comfort zone.
That's right.
Getting comfortable. I try to keep myself purposely uncomfortable because it's really easy to just go lay on the beach and fall into that rhythm. But, for me to come back at this point in my career and try to create what will be my biggest venture ever and lift all these other people up with me, I had to make myself a little uncomfortable. And it's hard to do because the more comfortable you are, the harder it is to get motivated.
That's right.
And so getting pushed out of your comfort zone, trying new things, going on the radio, going on billboards, going on a listing presentation with this new product when maybe you've never been a listing agent before. It's really about giving you that confidence and that nudge and that push, because if we can pull you out of your comfort zone and we can show you that there are bigger things to be achieved, that's how you can truly grow and be the most successful version of yourself. And you've got to dream big to do that. You've got to put in the work, but you've got to realize that it can be achieved. And we want to be the proof of that, and we want to show you what can happen if you do work hard and if you do dream big, and that's what a big part of this community is.
Awesome. All right, so if that doesn't fire you up, I don't know what will. And again, what are the common themes that you heard there? Because when you hear a leader speak about what's important to them and what they're trying to create in their company, that is the culture. That's the vision. That's the culture. And so here are some of the things that we believe in, some of the things that we value as a company, right? Entrepreneurship, abundance mindset, collaboration between agents, being growth oriented. We believe that a rising tide raises all boats, that when you do better, I do better, AJ does better, we all do better, right? And building everyone up. We believe in having pride in the company that you work for, being accountable, getting out of your comfort zone, right? Because growth does not happen in your comfort zone. Growth only happens when you get outside of your comfort zone. And sometimes we've got to be forced to do that. And so that's the kind of value and culture that we have here is encouraging everyone to get out of their comfort zone, do things that they haven't done before, continually improve. And then we also believe that by being owners in the company and have ownership and equity in the company that we work for, that it all encourages us to be the best representatives of that company because we're the owners and we're the face of that. So those are some of the things that we value. Question is, do our values align with your values? Are those types of things that you value as well? Do you value growth and abundance? And if so, we'd probably be a good fit here.
I was just totally re-energized while you were going through those values.
Yeah.
I'm serious. Like, that's what's so cool is that, you get what you put in. Vision and culture are great to get excited about, but you get what you put into it. If you don't plug in, you're never going to succeed at any company, right? And so, yes, the values and the vision should align with yours. They should help you along your path to success. But here's one of the mistakes that and this is not in the presentation, but one of the biggest mistakes that agents make is they get excited about LPT Realty. They get excited about a different company, and then you don't plug in. You go back to just being yourself. And so no matter what you do, whether you stay at the company you're with or you make that change, go all in. Go all in. But go all in knowing that your vision and your culture aligns. Like, find the place that you need and make it happen. And that kind of comes to lifestyle too. Like, that's a lifestyle choice. You're making a choice every day on what kind of life you want to live. And when you elevate and when you progress, you're progressing to the lifestyle that you're going to live. And so what is lifestyle? Lifestyle is your way of life. If it's how you live. It's what you do mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, relationally, financially. Like, it's what you're creating. You want the jet, you got to become the person that has the jet. You want to be a stay-at-home mom? Great, you become the stay-at-home mom. Like, there is no right or wrong to lifestyle. It's what you choose. And one of the other we need to do one about all the biggest mistakes that real estate agents make. One of the other big mistakes is that people design their life around their business instead of their business around their life. One of the cool things that I love about the cloud brokerage, what I love about the culture that's being built here, especially with options is huge in this day and age, is that it allows you to create your business around your life. First, create your life. Like, decide, this is the kind of lifestyle I want to live. This is how many hours I want to work. These are the kind of people I want to work with. And then create the business based on that life. Because here's what happens is you create the business based on that idea, you end up living in that lifestyle. And so, does the brokerage that you work at support your lifestyle? Because I'm here to tell you, the old school brokerages did not care about my lifestyle. I was a number, right? Do you feel like a number? Sometimes people feel like a number, and that's why they leave, because the brokerage is just, all they care about is how many deals you do. How many sales did you? Listen, it's not about how many sales you do. It's about how many people can you help. Right? It's about, are you creating the lifestyle that you want? Is it 12? Would selling 12 homes a year completely change the options in your life? For many people, it would. You're talking about potentially $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 more a year. Don't quote me on that. That's about the average, right? Would that make a difference in your life? Would it give you more options? Of course it would. And so one of the things that I really want you to focus on when making a decision is, how are they helping me build the life that I want? And again, we talked about options and support, and we're going to go into support heavily right now, because those are usually the two biggest things that people ask is, how are you going to support me and how are you going to help me grow my business? And so as we go into the nuts and bolts of support, you will definitely be blown away by the amount of support. And like, we're doing this video at the end of January. I'm here to tell you that the support keeps increasing. It keeps adding. And that's the other cool thing about being at the beginning, being at a fast growing company with a visionary, is that they keep stacking the support.
I love it. Yeah. So you guys can kind of read through this particular slide, but really, again, those are the two ways that a brokerage can support you. At the end of the day, the lifestyle that you live is a personal choice, and it is not something that the brokerage can dictate, but they can help you get there. They can make that easier by supporting that. And options and support are the two ways in which they can do that. And again, options plus support equals freedom. The freedom and choice to do your business the way that you want to do your business and live your life the way that you want to live your life. And we're here to support you with that.
Freedom! I'm sorry, I really wanted to do that.
All right, support. So this one is huge. The last two here, we tried to blow through the first three as well as we could, because this is kind of the nuts and bolts, and this is what is probably going to make the biggest difference for you, is in support. So we believe in supporting you throughout all aspects of your career. That's with training and development, it's with marketing supports, with technology support, and then just general support. So if you had to put a number on it, we put $11,000 in terms of the amount of support we give you, right? At the end of the day, your brokerage is more than just a place to hang your license. A lot of agents will treat their brokerage that way, that I put my license here because I have to have it somewhere in order to sell real estate. Your brokerage needs to be more than just a place to hang your license. They need to add value. It's a mutual exchange of value. You work very hard to sell real estate, and part of the revenue that you earn goes back to the brokerage. What are you getting in return for the money that you're paying the brokerage? And so here at LPT Realty, we think we give around $11,000 in free systems, tools, and resources. But I'm here to tell you that if you actually, like AJ said, you get out what you put in. And if you really plug into everything that we have, I can tell you, I think it is way, way, way more than that. But I think in terms of actual systems, if you had to go out and buy the stuff, but there's a lot of intangible value that we provide that you can't put a price tag on. The masterminds that AJ was talking about, the ability to collaborate with other high-producing, high-value agents who know exactly what's working in today's market, and the ability to get that information for free from them on a weekly basis is something that's very hard to put value on, because what does that mean to the actual way that you're growing your business? Is that an extra 2 deals a year, an extra 6 deals a year, an extra 20 deals a year that you're getting in terms of value? So when you start looking at it that way, the value is far in excess of the $11,000. But let's talk about what you actually get in terms of that. So we're going to start with training and development, particularly for a new agent, but even for experienced agents. A lot of them want to know what kind of training, what kind of development, how are you going to help me grow my skill sets? And that's what we're really talking about here. So there's a few different things that we're going to do. If you're a brand new agent and you've done less than 3 deals in the last 12 months, we're going to start by putting you through our Agent Power Up program. Unlike some of the other mentorship programs that are out there with some other brokerages, this is a highly thought out, highly structured, foundational course that we're going to put you through to teach you all the things that they did not teach you when you got your real estate license, right? We all know when we take our real estate licensing course, it's all about law and the rules, but they don't teach you anything about really how to actually sell real estate. So this is where we step in to teach you all the fundamentals that you need to know, from how to write contracts to how to do open houses to how to engage and how to negotiate and how to close and how to actually do all the paperwork and all the stuff that you need to do to go from being a newly licensed agent to writing contracts and closing deals. We're going to train you up on that over the course of 12 weeks. There's different modules that you're going to go through, and different tools and resources are going to be unlocked for you as you go through that. And it's a very, very powerful program that we think is going to be really fundamental in getting brand new agents off the ground quickly, up and running, and actually making money. Weekly live trainings. So we have a number of live trainings. We have on-staff coaches and trainers that do weekly live trainings for our agents on various topics, from branding to negotiation to mindset to coaching to production. So there's a lot of different ways that we bring you live information every single week that you can engage and interact with. But we also know that you're busy. And so depending on where you're at in your career, maybe the evening times late at night is the only time that you really have to work on your training and development. And that's why we have on-demand training as well. So anytime that you want to dive into our on-demand training and hone a particular skill set, learn a particular skill, get a little bit better at something, and just add some value to you and your business, we have those on-demand options for you through our portal as well. And then, as AJ talked about, group masterminds. And these group masterminds are done on multiple levels. So at the corporate level, we have masterminds that we put on at our corporate office, where we take some of the top producers within the company, bring them in as a panel. There's a live audience there that you can engage with, and they're also broadcast live so that you can watch them from anywhere that you're at. And then beyond that, again, from an agent collaboration standpoint, we have a lot of different groups that have different interests and things that they're working towards. And so you can plug in with one of these groups and do different masterminds. Maybe that's a mastermind that's focused on production. Maybe it's one that's on agent attraction. Whatever it is that you're looking to grow and accelerate at, we have masterminds within the company that can help you do that. So really, really powerful in terms of how we support you from a training and development standpoint. Now, the next one, marketing support. This is where a lot of agents start to get really excited. It's like, great, now I know the fundamentals of how I go about selling real estate, but how do I actually perform the marketing, and what kind of marketing support are you going to get me so I can get more buyers, so I can get more sellers, and I can actually get contracts? So this is super powerful. There's 4 main ways that we support you in marketing. And the first one is just by making sure that we have agent-centric branding. We don't want LPT Realty to be the star. We want you to be the star. And so we want our branding to be reflected in that. We really want to put you first. And we do that through a few different ways. We do it with having multiple logo options that are simple in design, allow you to use any colors that you want. There's no need for you to rebrand if you're already an established agent who has an established brand. We don't want you to walk away from that, because you've worked very hard to build it. We want you to keep that and just integrate whatever it is you have to integrate to maintain the state guidelines that you have wherever you're at. That's all that we're asking. So when it comes to our logos, we have two. We have a horizontal logo and a circular logo. Both of them are very minimal, lowercase, and that way you can kind of plug those into whatever branding you already have. And again, color choices. Whatever colors you're using or want to use, we don't want to stop you. Go ahead and do that. And you can also combine these with an existing logo. So real quick, I'm going to let this kind of play in the background. I'm going to actually mute this while I talk. But again, if you've got some a brand that you've been building over years, we want you to bring that. We want to bring that to LPT. So go ahead and incorporate our logo into your logo, however you see fit. Keep your colors. And that way you're the star and not LPT Realty.
Yeah, and the only thing that you have to, be sure of is that you're following your state, because every state's got different marketing rules.
Yeah.
So when it comes from a branding standpoint, it's pretty much, do whatever you want to do as long as you are following your state rules. And real quick, as we're going through the branding, I kind of want to go back to a couple things that, one of the really cool things that Robert has talked about is agent first and selling more real estate. Like, we are real estate focused, meaning his goal is to help you sell more real estate. That's why marketing's so powerful. And the one thing that I heard him recently say was, like, his goal is that for those of you who are doing business, right? If you're doing 10 deals a year, if you're doing 20 deals a year, whatever it is, the goal is can the company help you sell 20, 30, 40% more because of the tools that it's providing, because of the options, the marketing options. And I know we're going to go into some more of that, but I thought it'd be really great time to let you guys know, again, that's part of the vision, is selling more real estate. This company doesn't spend all of its time telling agents to go attract another agents. That's obviously part of it. And that's part of one of the things that we love doing is we love helping agents. We love educating, elevating, and inspiring them. But that's not what the company's focus is. The company's focus is real estate. We are a real estate company. We're real estate first, and we're focused on helping agents sell more homes.
That's right. So how else can we put our agents in the spotlight? How else can we make sure that they're the stars? And how else can we promote them in such a way that they really stand out in a crowd of other agents? And part of the way we do that is through a proprietary marketing software that we have internally that allows you to custom brand assets that you can use in your real estate business. And it's super powerful. And so one of the things that AJ and I have heard on various one-on-one Zoom calls that we've been on with agents who are considering coming over is they say, well, I've already got business cards and I've already got yard signs and I've already got this stuff. It seems like a lot of work to go and have to redo all that and rebrand and come up with all these designs and get all the stuff printed. So that's a hurdle that we just want to completely remove from people, because we know that agents kind of get caught up in that. But what we don't want agents to do is get caught up over small details that in the long run, in the next 6, 12, 24 months really don't matter. And so we've tried to make that as simple as possible for you. So how quickly can you actually update and order custom branded marketing resources with LPT Realty? This is real time, guys. So I'm gonna put this up on the screen. I went through and I updated my marketing profile, and literally it's as simple as this. You're gonna enter your contact information. You're gonna upload a couple headshots. So you're typically gonna do 2 headshots, one that's a little more zoomed in and one that's probably waist up. So that's the first step if you've already got those. And the cool thing with this technology is it's very much like Canva in that just take a picture of you in whatever background you have. It's going to automatically erase the background and put you in there. So once you've got your headshots uploaded, you can go in. We have all these templates pre-built in for you. You just get to pick which one you like. Select the headshot that you want, select the color palette that you want, and then all you're doing is dragging and dropping whatever headshot you want onto whatever template you want, and you're good to go. You're going to approve the design, and you're going to keep moving forward. We have literally made this as simple as possible. Some of the other things that we offer, again, in terms of our agent-centric branding, is we want to put you on the front cover of magazines and resources that you're going to give clients that's going to help build credibility and make you stand out among the other agents who don't have that. So we've got 9 critical questions to ask. We have various things for both buyers and sellers that you can use that are really going to come off as professional and that most clients aren't going to realize you literally spent 10 to 15 seconds doing it. Billboards, we've got our billboards here. So you've probably heard and seen some of the LPT Realty billboards. After you get your first sale, we're going to put you on a billboard in your state and then start getting them closer to your local area. If you want a name tag, you can go ahead and get that set up. And yard signs. Yard signs are a big one for a lot of people that it's like, I don't want to have to redesign and reorder all these things. Now, note as well that if you have previous sales, if you have sales in the previous 12 months, you are going to get a certain number of free yard signs available to you based on the number of sales that you've got. So that's something as well that you're not coming out of pocket for. And that's it, guys. You plug that in under 2 minutes. You have completely rebranded and remarketed all of your business cards and your name tags and your sign writers and custom assets that you've got. And right here, so this is reordering some stuff. The great thing is you get all this stuff at cost. And when you first join as a brand new agent, a lot of this stuff you get for free with kind of a, I don't know exactly what we call it, but there's a certain number of assets that you're going to get for free as soon as you join, including your 250 business cards and some of these other flyers. And after that, whenever you need them, in about 30 seconds, you can reorder all those. So that's how quick and easy we have made it with our proprietary software.
You know what's really cool too, and again, I love doing stuff with you, Mark. It's so great because we can just kind of add these little details. But one, yes, making a switch is hard, and we've actually there are people that say, "Listen, I'm not ready to do all that work." Well, they've made the work easy, and what's really amazing is that Robert Palmer is a technologist. We haven't gone into details about that because, again, like Mark said, he's peppered throughout this whole process. Robert actually built the back end of that. He programmed that. He's looking at everything, saying, "How do I make this easier? How do I help agents? How do we do this at a lower cost on the back end so we can keep putting the money in your pockets?" And so this is just one of those systems. Literally, it was that fast. And the other thing that's fast is that our print shop is currently in the state of Florida. So if you live in Florida, literally you get that within its next day, depending on what time of the day that you plug it in. So you plug it in the morning, it goes through, they approve it, boop, and it's literally in the mail that day, and you can get it next day. I just heard somebody in Virginia that got it in 48 hours. They got their first listing power pack. That's all done at the multi-million dollar print shop that's in Orlando, Florida.
Yeah. So the next thing as well is we believe that having an online presence is absolutely crucial right now. And this is true for having social media presence, but really having a personalized custom IDX feed website that you can have buyers and sellers going to look for properties that you can integrate into a customer relationship management tool that you can use to automate and to grow your business is absolutely crucial. So that's one of the things that we have for everyone as well, is your own custom branded personal IDX website. So what are the things that agents were asking for? They wanted an IDX website that had MLS integration, could provide a lead management and CRM, had a mobile app, could provide lead capture, landing pages, email, drip campaigns, all the things that you need in order to successfully have an online presence. That's what people were looking for. So this was our solution. So this is our solution. So we chose to utilize Chime as the CRM that we went with, really one of the top CRMs anywhere out there for real estate. Chime and KV Core are the two leaders in the industry. And there's all the tools that agents were asking for are incorporated in there. If you're not familiar with Chime, which you probably are, what is Chime? So Chime is a real estate lead management platform that helps agents to capture, manage, follow up, and convert leads, right? It takes people that you've never met before, introduces you to them, nurtures that relationship, and gets them to the point that they're ready to do business with you, and then ultimately close the deal. So these are a few examples of what some of these Chime websites can look like. They're fully customizable. You can build them out yourselves, or you can outsource that. It's really not that expensive. If you want to have someone get this set up, your first week, pay them, get it set up, and you're ready to go, and you can start generating and nurturing and converting leads online very easily and included in the price that you're paying. The handsome gentleman right there, this is AJ's.
Sexy beast.
This is AJ's Chime website. So again, just showing you some of the things. You can have a picture of yourself for that branding. You can show listings. You've got mortgage calculators. You've got a place that someone can plug in and request a value of their home. So all things that are value add to the clients and that give you leads in return. So it's this mutual exchange of value that we're trying to create here. Is we're putting valuable resources on here for your potential clients to use, and in return, you're nurturing that relationship and ultimately converting that. The last thing, and this is the one that gets people really, really excited. This was a huge reason that I made the decision early on to make the switch over to LPT Realty, is listing power tools. That's literally what we've named the brokerage after, LPT, listing power tools. So listing power tools is the cornerstone of LPT Realty, and this is what sets us apart from any other brokerage out there. There's really no one doing what we're doing, and that is providing you 188 pieces of quality printed material that also provides a dedicated property website, that also provides a sign writer that has text capture that allows people to get information about the properties that you're selling and the manner in which they want to receive it, and that you get for free with every single listing that you get here at LPT Realty. So what is listing power tools? a lot of people, when they think listing power tools, they think the power pack, which is the box. And I'm sure you've seen the box. We've presented the box. There's another video. I'll link it up here in the corner that you can check out if you want to learn more about what's in the box. But there's a lot more to it than the 188 pieces of high quality print that you get, which is not only going to help you sell the listing better, but also is going to generate a tremendous number of leads when used properly. But like I said, you've got text capture. So you're going to have a sign writer that's going to have a number that someone can send a text message to with a dedicated code. And as soon as they do that, they're going to get information about the property that you're listing. And it's going to direct them to a dedicated property website for that home. So you're not dealing with all the distractions of the big portals like the Zillows and the Realtor.com. They're going straight to a website for your listing. That's included. Another thing they do is build out digital ads for you. And you can either run these ads yourself or you can have the company run these ads for you. I think right now it's about $99, and they're going to run a non-real estate related digital marketing campaign using geo-targeting. So they're going to show your listing to people that live within a 15-mile radius of that house. And then once they visit that website, they're going to use retargeting to try to show them that house 10 more times. That is super powerful, guys. And again, it's not only powerful from the standpoint of it's going to make it easier to get listings because there are very few agents in your market outside of other LPT agents who have this tool available to them. It's going to make it easier to sell the listing once you get it because all of these tools and resources are specifically meant to help you sell that listing quicker and for more money because they're high value assets that do convert. And the final benefit of these is the branding aspect. Again, putting our agents first, and that every single listing you get, you now have almost 200 pieces of material out there with your name, your picture, your contact information that is going to show your community at large the type of marketing that you do for properties, which is going to make it more likely that you then get follow-on listings as a result of that. So very, very powerful. You can build out there's on the Listing Power Tools website, there's a sample listing presentation that you can give because part of the value of what you need to do is show the value to your sellers with this. So these are just some slides that we use at Team Elevate, which is our team down here in Southwest Florida that we use during a listing presentation to really convey the value of the Listing Power Pack and what we do with Listing Power Tools. And this is really going to help set you apart. You're going to get more listings, you're going to sell the listings faster and for more money. And at the end of the day, that's going to free you up to then sell more real estate.
Yeah, and what's really cool is when you decide to make the switch, when you decide to join LPT Realty, you get a free pack. So when you sign up, you put all your information in, you do Desi, you get your face on, and then you do like a pretend home. And so they'll send you a pack. So you don't need a listing to get started in the sense of you can get a pack and you could go on listing appointments with it starting, 48 hours later and show people, hey, this is how I'm going to market your home, because there's 4 things that sell a house. It's price, product, promotion, and place, right? And so when you can sit down, because the thing that sellers want to know is how are you going to sell my house, right? We don't sell houses. You know that, right? Real estate agents don't sell houses. It's product, price, promotion, and place. That's what sell houses. And so when you can show that you have the best marketing plan out there, or potentially you display that you have the best marketing plan, whether you do or don't, because most agents don't have a good listing presentation, what is your conversion ratio going to be? How many more listings are you going to win? How more confident are you going to be going to a homeowner's house, right? It's super cool. Now, one of the things as this thing is playing is that I personally believe that the old school is the new school. Like, these are the things that are going to thrive in this new market. If you just got into real estate over the last 2-3 years, that has been a housing boom. That's not the typical market. Okay, you put a sign outside and you get 500, offers. Like, that's not typical. Typically, it's 45, 60 days. You're out there marketing the home. But this is a beautiful opportunity. One, it's a beautiful opportunity because a lot of agents won't make it through this. But when you're in this type of market, it's time to get market share. And so taking these I call them old school, but it's not that they're old school. It's just that they work, right? If you actually mail the postcards that you get, if you actually hang the door knockers, if you hand out the business cards, guess what? You become top of mind, right? You're not just marketing the house. What else are you marketing?
Yourself,
yeah. Right? And that's the name of the game, is to give yourself the most opportunity that when somebody thinks about real estate, they think about who? You number one. And so it's providing a huge value to the seller, but it's also providing a huge value to you. And again, it's free, right? To get the boxes free. Sure, you got to slap a couple stamps on there. Sure, you got to pick up your legs and walk outside for a change and knock on some doors. Sure, you're going to have to meet some people, but guess what? That's what it takes to be successful in real estate.
Yeah. One last thing I want to talk about that, and the thing that I really like about it, I think is very attractive for either newer agents or agents who have traditionally been buyer's agents, is a lot of times as a brand new agent, you almost have this imposter syndrome where you're sort of afraid to get a listing because you don't know what to do. You don't know how to market the property. And so we have fixed that for you in that as a brand new agent, within 48 hours of being a newly licensed agent, you could confidently go on a listing presentation with the listing power pack, with the listing presentation, and you will likely have a better marketing plan than 90% of the veteran agents who are out there your second day as a real estate agent, because we have taken care of that for you. We've taken all the knowledge that we have about how you actually sell real estate and given that to you for free in a packaged packaged product that you can deliver to the customer and actually deliver on your promise that when they say, "Can you sell my house for more money and in less time?" you can feel confident saying that you can, because you have the support of LPT Realty and our resources behind you.
Yeah, and one last. I love when we do the one last thing. Not really, but is this. If you join a team or if you get permission from a listing agent and you don't have listings yet and you want to use this, if the listing agent gives you permission from LPT, or if you're on a team where, there are listing agents that don't have the time and don't want to utilize the power pack to its capability. That's why you build a team. That's why you bring people on to help other people. You can actually get the power pack with your name and your number on it for someone else's listing and go out there and start building your business that way. Because if you're part of the team, you're just helping the team. Or if you're part of LPT and that agent's not willing to do it, you're helping LPT, right? We're going to go into stockholders here soon, but like we all own pieces of the company, right? And so as we grow and build it together, so will our shares grow as well.
Yeah. And just to reiterate, that is free for every LPT agent, regardless of if you're a business builder, regardless of if you're RevShare, on every single listing that you get. Very
freedom!
powerful.
Sorry, freedom.
All right, so next we want to talk about technology support. So technology and what we do. Technology is leverage, right? Technology allows you to automate and to do things that take less time, less effort, less money. And so we try to provide you with a lot of tools that allow you to be as efficient as possible so you can spend more time on high value activities like selling real estate. So the first way we do that is through LPT Connect. This is the hub for everything LPT. There's some other companies out there that have more fancy and elaborate ways of getting this, but we believe in simplicity and just making sure that the tools and resources we have work, are easily accessible, and that you can utilize them from anywhere. So that's what we've done with LPT Connect. So what LPT Connect is a proprietary software that you can use. It's a website, and so it's not an app based, which makes it a lot easier to access on a tablet, on a cell phone, on a laptop, on a desktop, wherever you're at. The technology is there for you because it's a simple website that you go to that has everything included in it. It's a place that you can monitor stocks and RevShare and transactions, so you can monitor what kind of revenue you have coming in, and it's just that access for all-in-one place that you go to, that everything LPT is there. What's in LPT Connect, you can see right here. So you can monitor transactions, RevShare. You do get an LPT email address. You can access that here. That on-demand training that we were talking about, you plug right in to LPT Connect. You've got all of that. Community forums, marketing profile. So what I went through when I was updating my marketing profile, right here through LPT Connect. Listing power tools, all of that is right here for you. So you have a one-stop shop for everything that you need to run your business. The next thing we want to make sure is that you have an efficient way to get all of your documents signed, deal with compliance, and just manage your transactions in general. Whether you're managing the transactions yourself or whether you have a transaction coordinator who's doing that for you, we want to make it as easy as possible. So we chose the platform that is loved by everyone, which is dotloop. So if you haven't used dotloop, it's probably one of the most intuitive, most widely used electronic signatures, document management softwares out there. Again, you've got a mobile app, you've got a desktop app, and if you have a transaction coordinator, they're going to thank you because most TCs love dotloop, and it's a way that you can edit, sign, share, store, and make sure that you're dealing with all your compliance in the best way. I'm not going to go into too much detail because if you're in real estate, you're probably familiar with dotloop, and that's what we provide to you at no additional cost. Now, the last thing we want to make sure is that when you're getting all of these leads, again, you want to leverage technology to make sure that you're following up with leads, that you're nurturing leads, and ultimately converting leads. So how do we do that? We do that with a customer relationship management tool, or a CRM. Now, there's a lot of CRMs out there, and what we've chosen to do is use the CRM that we're already using for our IDX website, Chime, and use that to leverage the ways that you're really going to convert those leads. So the website portion is to help you get the leads, and the back end CRM is to help you nurture and convert those leads. So there's a lot of tools. Again, I don't want to go into too much detail on this because this is stuff that you can look at on your own. And if you're in the real estate industry already, you know the power of Chime. You know how much this can do for you. Chime can do more for most agents than most agents will ever utilize. There's more power there than most people have the time to fully explore, but just know it's there for you to support you in whatever it is that you need to manage those customer relationships.
So let's remind you guys for a second, over $11,000 that's included. That is free to every single agent, no matter what you choose. If you're a business builder or you're a RevShare partner, you get all of these for free. We're still talking about the support. And I love the fact that we're on LPT Connect support, because one of the things that I'm a phone guy, I like to be able to pick up the phone, call somebody and talk to them. You know, Robert Palmer, once again, designed LPT Connect. He programmed it. He helped build it to make it as efficient as possible. And so what's really cool is that the previous brokerage I was at, sometimes it was difficult to get a hold of a state broker, or the what it took to get information and questions answered. It took a little bit of time. It took a little bit more effort. I felt like I had to download updated software a lot for it. But in this particular sense, it's simple. You can call, you can text, you can use a chat feature, which is the best way to communicate with corporate, because literally there's about 40 employees right now, and they're supposed to answer every single chat within 5 minutes, obviously within working business hours. They're open 7 days a week, and you can use email. You have multiple ways to communicate, and I have yet to not been communicated back to same day, if not within potentially minutes. And so LPT Connect support, you can have this on your phone, you can do it on your laptop, and literally I've got LPT support. I got them on speed dial on my phone. I can just give them a call, and the people are awesome. I'm like, hey, I need help with this. Okay, hold on. I can direct you to the person. Let me see if they're here. They check if they're there. Boom, they're on the phone. Da-da, bing, bada, bang. Like all of a sudden now you're getting your questions answered. Super cool, super amazing. And I love this technology. And I love the fact that, again, this has been super thought out and super thought out, and it's super efficient. It's working. And the fifth, this is the king of all kings here. How are you going to help me grow my business? You guys, this is the most powerful question that you can ask at any brokerage that you're at, because you are an entrepreneur. You're a realpreneur. You're a real estate entrepreneur. You can build your business as big as you want. You can build your business in a million different ways. But is the brokerage helping you? Now, can you do it on your own? Of course you can, right? If you're at a traditional 100% place and you're just paying your transaction fee and you're building on your own, great, that's cool. But wouldn't you want some help? And I would guarantee that the ones that are creating massive success, they have a coach, they have a mentor. They're probably paying one of these other outside third-party real estate firms that are helping them grow. Well, what if you could do it all at one potential place? And that's what we're talking about, is how do we help you grow your business for the long term? Because here's the thing is that, have you ever been to a real estate agent retirement party before? No, right? And so that's where everybody's moving to. Listen, I've been in the business for 14 years at this point, and literally we've been talking about this for 14 years. And with technology and with options and with these different, with these different guys that just know what they're doing, billionaires and these people that have built other businesses, they're finding better ways to help agents do that, because we're in one of the most well-paid careers that you can have, right? And so how do we help extend that? How do we build it? And how do we make it for nothing? And so, as you're looking about how they grow business, wealth, and legacy. So how do we help you earn more business? Through selling more real estate. And we've talked about this, the different comp plans, and we're going to go into detail in the different comp plans right now. Yeah. Awesome. There's two options. This is one of the biggest differentiating factors between LPT and any other company out there, is that you get to choose where you start. You get to choose where you stay. You get to choose if you want to switch at some point. The first one is Business Builder, and the majority of people that sign on with LPT typically start here because guess what? It's $500 per transaction. That's it, with a $5,000 cap. That means you do 10 transactions, you pay $500 each. After that, you're at 100%. Now, that includes all the tools and resources we talked about. You can still build a downline because I know this from personal experience. If you're doing a lot of deals and people like you, and they like your systems and they see what you're doing and building, they're going to ask how you're doing. So you can still build a downline. You can still attract agents. You're just not going to get paid on that as a business builder. And the other thing is you still get stock rewards. Yeah, we have stock awards here. Now we're not publicly traded yet, which I think is one of the biggest benefits of joining LPT right now is having the ability to earn stock before anyone else. There's no other way to get stock unless you're selling real estate or attracting agents right now. And the second is RevShare Partner. Now that's something that I chose to begin with because mindset, I wanted to be a RevShare Partner. It's what I wanted to do. That's an 80-20 split with a $15,000 cap. I've pretty much been on something similar to that for the majority of my career anyways. And the $15,000 cap is awesome because once you pay it, it's done and you can move on. A typical, a high earning agent can typically do that within 3 months-ish. The second part is you can build a team. So if you have a team, you have to be on a rev share model. You do get to build an outline. You do get the opportunity to earn revenue share. And there's additional stock awards for those of you that are doing a lot of business. So again, agent choice equals what? Freedom! Freedom! I'm a free man, free to be who I truly am. And this company allows you to make that choice.
So in addition to making more money, one of the things that we're very focused on here is allowing you to keep more money. And that's reflected in our business builder model in and of itself, is that we have a comp plan set up that allows you to keep more money to reinvest. But we also don't believe in dinging agents for fees for really no purpose. And so that's why we don't have a startup fee. That's why we don't have a monthly fee. And so we've really tried to simplify our fees for a couple purposes. One, to allow you to keep more money, and two, to make it as transparent and easy as possible to understand. There are some fee structures out there that when you look at it, it's like looking at a CVS receipt, like you're trying to figure out what all these different charges are, like your cell phone bill. We don't do that. So it's very, very simple. We have two fees. We have a one-time annual $500 fee. So what this is doing is paying for your E&O insurance, is paying for your broker review, is paying for all of that stuff that you're going to get dinged on every single transaction. A lot of other brokerages, we've said, let's take that $500 out of your very first deal and you are done for the year. You do not pay that again. And after that, we have one fee that you're going to pay on every single transaction. That's a $195 transaction fee. Now, most agents are going to charge somewhere between $395, $695, whatever the case is. This is a cost that's usually going to get passed on to the client, and that you're probably actually going to make a couple $100 from, because you do need to be compensated for your time, and that's one way in which you can do it. So that's a fee that you can offset. So you charge $695, your very first deal, you paid off your annual fee and your transaction fee for that deal, and every other deal you're pocketing the extra $500. That's how a lot of agents are going to handle it. So we don't have a technology fee, right? The CRM, we don't want to charge you extra for it. We think that that's a tool that you need to do your job effectively, so we want to give that to you for free. We don't have different compliance fees and startup fees and the monthly fees and the desk fees and the CRM fees, none of that. So we just try to make it as simple and clear as possible so that you can keep as much money and have a very easy way of calculating what you're actually going to be spending. So that's another way that we help you grow your business, by allowing you to keep more money and just simplifying our fee structure.
Yeah, and so next is agent promotion. And I love the fact with fees. Actually, we did a comparison with somebody recently, and we're like, hey, like they do 4 or 5 deals a year. We're like, okay, if you do 4 or 5 deals where you currently are, and if you do 4 or 5 deals here at LPT, you'll actually earn $6,000 more. Do you think you could use that $6,000 to change your marketing or to invest some time? So it was kind of a no-brainer answer. Yeah. Question to me. So agent promotion. So what else do they do? What on top of everything else? Well, once again, Robert Palmer to the rescue. He built his business through radio, through advertising. He is known as a marketing genius. And so now he's taking those relationships and providing the opportunity to the agents, right? So local TV and radio spots. Right now, there are opportunities. If you want to go on radio and share your listings in the state of Florida, you can do that. We've obviously got the billboard placement. So as they're growing and they're working out deals, they're just utilizing the relationships that they already have that they've been using to negotiate deals in these different cities. And so as your city grows and as they do more, those opportunities will come up. The other thing is sporting and special events, right? Robert Palmer owns a couple teams. He's very well involved with a lot lot of the promotions at some of these major stadiums, especially Orlando. And so you can see sometimes our names up in there. Lead generation, out of the box thinking, opting in, opting out at any time. Oh, the lead generation. This is awesome. So we talked about earlier, I mentioned that Robert looks at, if you're selling 10 homes, how do I help you sell 2 or 3 more? Okay. There are multiple ways that this is starting to happen right now. Now, a lot of this is in beta testing. A lot of this is in the state of Florida only right now, but it makes sense, right? Because they're learning as they go. They're figuring out conversions, but they're having huge success right off the bat. Homevalue.com. All right. This is Lawrence K. Bird. Meet Lawrence K. Bird, right? Where marketing is everything. You need more marketing, tough guy. This is basically the same thing as, the Geico, right? Or, Smokey the Bear. Let's use Smokey the Bear as an example. Why not? This will be a national campaign that will compete directly with people like Zillow, like Trulia, like all of these other companies that are selling you back your leads, right? And so this is a whole marketing system that they're offering to agents that are selling deals to help them sell more. It's a beautiful system, and I think we've got a commercial so you guys can see a little bit about it.
Yeah, and one thing as well on this. So one, this is an exclusive lead generation source for LPT agents. So this is not like Zillow where any agent can buy into this. This is exclusively for LPT Realty agents. It's also a company that is owned by LPT Realty. So this is an additional profit center. So when we talk later about stocks and things like that, there is a referral fee for this that you're going to pay for the company, but those are dollars that are not leaving the company as opposed to paying that from an outside source. But these are listing leads. And so I don't know about you, but most people who are going to Zillow are really going to Zillow because they're looking to buy a house. So you get a lot of buyer leads. And we saw there was a number recently about the number of buyer leads that are generated per year, the number of homes that actually get bought, and there's a huge disparity there. And so our goal with homevalue.com is to get direct listing leads, a place that people can go for right now when they're going to Zillow to look because they want to buy a home. We're providing that resource for people to go to who want to sell a home, because this website is loaded with value added information for home sellers. And so it's really exclusive for home sellers. So if you're someone who wants to get into the listing world, this is where you're going to do it. So let's let Mr. Lawrence K. Bird.
And real quick, so for those of you who watched the Super Bowl, I don't know for sure, but keep an eye out for Lawrence K. Bird, because there's the potential that he may be there during the Super Bowl, which would be pretty cool.
Let's let him say a couple words for us.
If you want to see exactly what home value marketing is, go to homevalue.com, just type in your address, and you can immediately download a detailed marketing plan for free that shows you step by step exactly how your home is going to be sold for the most amount of money in the least amount of time. The marketing research, it's all been done for you. The data's all there. It's as plain as the nose on your face. Yeah, I know, I don't have a nose on my face, but I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that you do. Homevalue.com. You need home value marketing, tough guy.
All right, so that's Mr. Lawrence K. Bird right here. This is kind of scrolling through the homevalue.com website. Again, as you can see, it really is just here to help people sell their homes, figure out how much their home is worth. And the great thing about this and the way that these leads are being handled in the markets that are in beta testing right now is these are being nurtured to the point that they're not coming to you as the agent until they are ready for an appointment. So the first interaction that you're getting with these leads is essentially Home Value reaching out saying, hey, this person is ready for a listing presentation to have you come in and do an in-home consult to figure out what their home is worth. So these are extremely warm leads, and that's why we really see the value of having this exclusive lead source just for LPT agents. One of the other things that we're also doing is not only going after Zillow, but we're also leveraging Zillow. And so if you're an agent who has been trying to get into the Zillow Flex program and you realize it's sold out all across the country, those are leads that you don't have access to, even if you were willing to pay for them. And so again, by having a visionary who has run other businesses before, built billion-dollar organizations, learn from the mistakes and the lessons over time that you learn from that, Robert has committed to not make some of the same mistakes again, and part of that is leveraging people who may be viewed as not necessarily competitors, but somebody that you don't necessarily need to leverage. So I want to play a real quick clip here, which is going to have Robert talking about his vision for how we can utilize Zillow essentially as a business partner to help our agents get even more leads and create another exclusive lead source for LPT agents that, again, no other brokerage out there right now that I'm aware of is doing or has the ability to do.
In my business, I never bought leads. Maybe it was a pride thing, an ego thing. I don't know. Like, I felt like being able to go to conferences and brag about the fact that I didn't buy leads from LendingTree or Zillow or any of these guys somehow made me cooler than all the rest of the mortgage guys out there who were having to buy leads. And look, I realized that that's a growth edge for me, right? That wasn't a great founded business decision. Why would I have not taken that business as well? If I achieved 10% market share with just running TV and radio, creating my own stuff, could I have been at 15% market share, 18% market share if I had torn down, my own self-limiting beliefs about buying leads from other companies? And so a big part of my commitment to all of you as we launch LPT Realty is for me not to make some of those same mistakes that I made in my past life. And that's part of being a founder and maturing and growing. And so I didn't realize that was a growth edge for me until we started looking at it here at LPT Realty. Because as we looked at, I'm going to use Zillow as an example. As you look at Zillow leads, it accomplishes a lot of the same things that Home Value can. Now, it can create an exclusive lead source for our agents. If we go in and buy a whole bunch of Zillow zip codes and block out agents at every other brokerage and make those Zillow leads exclusively for LPT Realty agents, we've now created an exclusive lead source for you guys using Zillow. We can still protect our agents on their own listings. If we go buy a whole bunch of zip codes from Zillow, and as those leads come in, if it's one of our agents' listings, that lead goes straight to you at no cost, no matter what agent is buying that zip code or getting referrals in that zip code or whatever. That's a way to right a wrong that I believed happened in our industry.
So again, when I talk about a visionary leader and someone who is committed to relentlessly driving their vision to completion, like that's it, right? And so what's super powerful about this, and if it hasn't set in right now, is this is one of the powerful things about being a national cloud-based brokerage is your local RE/MAX franchise, one of the 6 RE/MAX franchises in your market cannot do this. Right? There's simply not the resources available to be able to go in and do the kind of things that we're able to do by being under one big umbrella, not being a franchise model. We're able to do things like this that other brokerages just flat out cannot do. This is not an option for most brokerages, but it's something that we have a leader who sees the ability to do this, to create an additional exclusive lead source for our agents. That's leadership, and that's how we help you grow your business in just one other aspect. So to me, when he brought that up, I just thought it was genius because, again, this is something that is very, very, very difficult for any other brokerage to replicate.
Yeah, the other advantage is that when you're owned by a billionaire and you are debt-free, right? So we are a debt-free company, and when you're investing $300,000-$400,000 a month, right? Those are opportunities that a lot of your local brokerages and even some of your national brokers don't have the ability to do, and so to have that flexibility and have somebody who believes so strongly in not only their ability, but to believe in the agent's ability, and then just pile onto it. Again, it's just been really incredible to see how, this video, sure, a lot of this information will stay the same over time, but what's really cool is we get to redo this video as we, again, continue to see the stacking of the benefits. Once again, we talked about listing power tools already, helping you generate more leads through this free system, and homevalue.com, just so you know, like as being a part of homevalue.com, one of the requirements is you have to use the listing power tools kit because they're promoting it. They're basically attracting people saying, hey, we're going to do this to sell your home. And so people are like, oh, wow, let me get more information. So it's imperative that you also learn how to utilize this great tool.
Yeah. And again, listing power tools is more than just the listings. It's really to help you generate more leads through the activities that you're doing to sell those. Now, there's a couple of areas that we wanted to talk about in relationship to growth, which again is how do they help you grow your business? But we want to think bigger picture. We want to start with the end in mind. How do they help you grow your wealth? How do they help you create residual income without trading time for money? So what is residual income? A lot of people will confuse passive income and residual income. Passive income means you just didn't do anything for it. Residual income means you still had to invest some type of time, money, and resource into that thing at one point in time. But after that initial investment is made, it continues to pay you over and over and over again. And that's what we have here with a revenue share model at LPT Realty, is it allows you to create residual income. So that's money that continues to flow after an initial investment of time and resources have been completed. How do we do that? We do that with revenue share. So that's your initial investment. You're investing your time, your energy, and your resources into sharing this model, which is all that agent attraction is sharing everything that we've shared with you, because we think that the data and everything that we do speaks for itself. We don't need to recruit anyone. We believe that we have such a powerful system, people are going to be flocking to it. We just need to let them know what's available and why it is so powerful. So that's really what it is here. So how does revenue share work if you're not familiar? So you share the LPT model with other agents. Some of those agents decide that it's the right fit for them as well, and they join LPT Realty, and now you are their sponsor and they are in your tier 1 level of revenue share. They get excited about the model. They share the model with other people. Other agents join underneath of them. So the agents that you recruited now have tier 1 agents, and those agents become your tier 2 agents. And we are allowed to do this all the way down to 7 levels. So you recruit somebody, you attract someone, they attract someone, and that goes down 7 levels. And the way this generally tends to work is those bottom levels tend to be the biggest. And so that's why it's so powerful that we have all 7 levels that you can go down to. So how do you actually get paid on that? So when you sell a home, when any agent sells a home, 50% of the revenue that's brought in from that, depending on the comp plan that you're on, if you're a business builder, that's going to be up to a $5,000 cap. If you're a RevShare partner, that's going to be up to your $15,000 cap. But the split that you have, whether it's the $500 or the 80-20 split, is going to go to the company, and that's going to get split in half. Half of it's going to go to the company so that we can continue to provide all of these tools and all of these resources to you and know at a fundamental level that we are a profitable and sustainable business because we have recurring revenue coming in from our agents that is dedicated to the company's profit to pay for all these systems. The other half of that revenue gets distributed to the agents, to the owners of the company. And so that's going to get split up across those 7 levels at a different percentage. I've got a chart here on the screen so you can kind of see how that revenue gets split up for each transaction. So all of those add up to 100%, and that's for every single transaction. So let's take an example here of how it actually works. So someone down here on your level 7, they sell a house, they get a deal. Awesome. Everyone above them that is eligible to receive that rev share, meaning they're a rev share partner, is going to get paid their proportional amount based on what tier that particular person happened to fall in. So here you can see that of these, of the 7 people here, 5 of them got paid. Now 2 of them elected to be on the business builder model, so they voluntarily forfeit their ability to receive those revenue share dollars, but they're doing so in exchange for that lower cap, for that $5,000 cap. So that's something that for them, until they decide to make that switch over to the RevShare partner, they're going to continue to forfeit those dollars, but they can continue to attract more agents and build that revenue to the point that it finally makes sense for them to make that switch over. And then it's a simple phone call. Hey, switch me over from a RevShare partner to a business, from a business builder to a RevShare partner. And now the next month when those revenue share checks come in, you're actually getting those put right into your account. So that's how it works. What does it look like in reality? What kind of dollars do these actually equate to? So we're going to take that last example of someone on your 7th tier, and they're going to sell a house. So let's say it's a $500,000 house at a 3% commission rate. So there's $15,000 in total commission that was earned. Now, they were a RevShare partner, and so there was an 80-20 split. So of that, $3,000 went to the brokerage. Now that $3,000 is going to get split to where half is going to corporate, half is going to the RevShare pool. So of that, because of someone at a level 7, you're getting paid 20% of that amount that went into the RevShare pool. That $1,500 times the 20% is $300 directly to you as someone who, frankly, at a level 7, you may have never met this person before. There's a chance you don't even know who this person is. But they sold a house, the company made money, and you made money, and everyone between them and you also made money on that. And so that's what we say when we talk about a rising tide raises all ships. Agents that you don't even know who are selling houses can directly benefit your bank account, not only in RevShare, but also in stock. And so that's huge, and that's part of why agent collaboration is so huge here. So how do you attract agents? Because a lot of people say, I just want to sell real estate. I don't want to deal with agent attraction. And you may be the kind of agent who says, hey, I see the massive opportunity based on other models that have done this, and this is something I want to go all in on. Regardless of where you fall on the spectrum, we offer resources to make it easier because we really are real estate first. We want you to spend the bulk of your time focused on selling real estate, so we try to make it easy as possible to attract agent. How do we do that? A couple different ways. Personalized attraction material. So the same way that we have those personalized branding assets for selling homes, we also provide you with personalized branded assets to attract agents. And this is really just, again, sharing the information about the model. How does it work? What are the structure? What are the fees? What are the comp plans? We give you a personal agent attraction website. So this is going to be yourname.lpt.com. So when you get somebody who's like, hey, that looks like a model I'd want to be a part of. Give me some more information. This is a website you can send them to that's going to give them more information about the model. And when they fill in their information on the screen that you see right here, that's going to trigger corporate to go ahead and reach out. A recruiter from corporate will reach out to them, see what additional questions that they have so that you don't have to be the expert. That's the whole thing here. All you need to do is invite. That's what attraction is. It's just inviting someone to learn more about the model, and we can take care of the rest of it from there, whether it's through the Zoom calls that we do, the agent attraction calls. There's ways that all you need to do is invite people and let everyone handle everything else. How else do we do it? A recruit assist. When you sell homes, LPT Realty is going to market on behalf of you to the agent that's on the other side of the table to see if they would have interest in joining LPT Realty as well. Because again, a lot of the tools and resources that you have available, there's agents out there who want that same thing. But we want you staying focused on selling more homes. So LPT Realty at the corporate level is going to take care of that by marketing that agent, giving them information about the model, and then taking it from there. Corporate LPT rallies. This is something that, again, I don't see any other brokerages doing, where we want to share that. All we're asking you to do is invite people, and we want to share the information about LPT with them with essentially a lunch and learn. So you're going to extend an invitation to say, hey, we've got a rally in Naples this coming Friday. If you want to learn more about the model, check it out, and there's a free lunch involved. So we're going to have speakers there that know the model inside and out, that can really answer any kind of questions and give all the information to people who may have interest in the model, see if it's the right fit for them. All you're doing is extending an invitation, and we're taking it from there. So that's how we grow your wealth, is we build residual income that you don't have to trade time and money for. But how do we help you build your legacy, right? And your legacy is what happens when you're not around anymore. So in order to do that, you need to build assets. You need to become an owner and not just an agent. So we help you do that as well. And we do that with stock and equity grants. So again, right now, we're not a publicly traded company. So when you're getting these shares of stock, you're really just earning equity, a percentage equity in the company. And then eventually, when we go onto the stock market and we have our initial public offering, all those shares will be worth some dollar amount. We don't know what that's going to be. We can't speculate, but there's going to be some dollar amount that our shares are going to be worth. And at that point in time, there's a firm monetary value on all of those shares that you've gotten. And again, the goal here is to grow this company. Robert wants to make LPT Realty the most valuable real estate company in the country. Not necessarily the biggest, but the most valuable, the most profitable, and the most valuable company. And so that's the vision that we're a part of. And we see all the steps that he's taken to do that. We believe in that. So we're happy to be earning shares right now in the company, so that one day, as we are the most valuable real estate company, hopefully in the country, we're going to be able to reap the rewards of that. So there's a couple different ways that you can earn stock. You can do it on production. So you can earn shares on your first deal, your third deal, your 15th, and your 35th deal. And we're going to go through in a minute exactly what those shares are, but you can also do it through sponsorship. So when a direct sponsored agent, someone that's on your tier 1 level, sells their first home, you also receive stock on that. So there's two different ways to be able to build that wealth and that legacy and something that's going to be lasting even after you're gone. So as far as how much you get, I'm going to put a chart up here. I'm not going to read this out only because you can take a minute to kind of go through here. But the big thing I want to point out is that bottom row, which is the black badge. So these are different badges that we have here. And when you hit that black badge, which is 35 core transactions, those stock awards get pretty big pretty quickly. And so that's the value here, as well as we reward the top producing agents very, very well. So if you are a top producer, we have things in place to make sure that you're very well taken care of in terms of that equity.
Yeah, and I think it's really important to go back to that really quick, that these are shares. That's not a dollar volume. Right. It's how many shares you get. You know, at the previous company, one of the values and one of the reasons I was there was because they had stock options. And so I wasn't in the black real estate agent, right, for 3 years straight. And so I actually, because of where the value of the stock was from when I started to when I eventually sold it, I actually earned over 100% commission because of the stock options. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen for you, but just again, if you are a high producing agent, which I'm sure there's at least one of you that are watching this video, this is something seriously to consider, because there's really no strings attached. You have to be a RevShare Partner. They do have some kind of a random things that, you know, you do need to participate, but this is stuff that you get these shares once you qualify and hit it. Now, here's the cool thing. You could do this every year. So imagine you do this for 3 years, right? I mean, even at 25, it's 7,500 shares on top of you just doing what you were already doing. And then imagine, again, whatever the number might be, $2, $5, $10. You can look at other real estate companies out there and see what the average is, because we will be one of the top real estate companies. I mean, there's just no doubt about it with how fast we're growing and with what we believe. And so remember that this is shares that you get. Now, one other really cool thing about being in the black as of today is that if you become a black label agent, they're also offering an additional $15,000 towards marketing. Now, from what I last heard, you get an opportunity to sit down with Robert and actually go through and say, okay, what's the best use of this money to help me grow my business? So not only do you get the shares of stock, but now you get your cap back in, opportunities to invest back into your business.
All about growth. So that's one way through production. And as we mentioned, there's also a way to earn it through sponsorship. So right now, this is a one-time thing. So it's the very first transaction that a direct sponsored agent does. At a business builder, you're going to receive 250 shares, and as a RevShare partner, 350 shares. And again, all of these shares are subject to change in the future as things shift, and particularly as we start to put a monetary value on this, we figure out what that is. These are going to have to adjust, but the core principle is that we want to reward you for selling real estate and for attracting agents to the brokerage. We want to do it in a way that can create long-lasting assets and legacy wealth for you in the future. So that's pretty much it, guys. Imagine what you could accomplish at LPT Realty with every single thing that we just went over. Imagine how you can grow your business, your wealth, your legacy, and live the lifestyle that you want to live with the tools and resources that we provide to you.
And we started off with this too, as you watch this incredible video that you're about to finish with, is you will have a decision to make. You've seen the information, you've got extra thoughts. And if you have any additional questions, just click the link below, set up a Zoom call with us. We'd be happy to sit down and talk to you and answer any questions that you have directly. But decision, what are you going to decide? Whatever your gut's telling you, you're here for a reason. You are here because something told you there might be a better way. If there's anything inside of you that says, I should take that step, listen to the voice. There's a reason it's talking to you, and be careful that you don't talk yourself out of something that your heart's telling you to do. But what if? What could you imagine? What could be possible?
In the world of real estate, agents are faced with a critical choice when it comes to choosing their path. Either go with a full commission brokerage with an affordable comp plan but little to no additional support, or pay much higher fees to possibly receive revenue sharing and stock but with moderate support. These are your only options. But for the very few who venture out on their own, risking everything to build their own brokerage, losing access to tools, support, and stock awards that a larger platform can provide, every agent knows that you must choose wisely, because if you decide down the road that your current brokerage option is not the right fit for your needs, you need to make the costly transition back to square one, resetting caps, forfeiting stock and revenue share. Brokerages capitalize on this fear to trap agents in a model. This is simply the way it is. This is the way it's always been. But imagine there was a better way. Imagine a brokerage platform that gives agents the flexibility to move between comp plans so that they can spend their entire career in one place while earning stock and recruiting other agents. Imagine if that brokerage offered solutions that ranged from a 100% comp plan at just $500 per file with a $5,000 cap, all the way up to an affiliate brokerage plan where agents can start and run their own independent real estate company, all while retaining support, stock, and revenue share. Imagine agents having the best buyer lead generation, CRM, and automated marketing platform to help nurture and close buyers. Imagine this brokerage platform puts agents first and focuses on real estate with great training, support, and culture. Imagine if that same brokerage platform recruited 4X agents with thousands of dollars in marketing after every transaction they closed at no additional cost to the agent. How many more agents could that platform reach? How large could it be? Imagine how much the stock could be worth. Imagine if this auto-recruit system included digital marketing, direct mail, email, retargeting, and was all powered by an AI automation engine, all working together so contacts proactively reach out and ask about the opportunity to join. Imagine if agents could earn up to 7 levels of revenue share and stock grants on the agents that the platform recruited for them. Imagine how much revenue share agents could earn, how many customers it could serve. Imagine if this brokerage encouraged its agents to build local relationships for mortgage, title, and other services to make sure their clients get the best service. How many more transactions would they close? How large could that platform grow? Can you imagine the stock value now? Imagine having the flexibility to run your entire business from the palm of your hand so that you can maximize your most valuable asset, your time. Imagine getting in on the ground floor at the top of a recruiting downline before the company has gone public, before the market is saturated. Now imagine what your boat's going to look like. No, a little bigger. There you go. Imagine if those recruiting efforts and stock awards could provide for the agent in life after real estate and ensure a successful retirement. And imagine the entire enterprise is created and backed by a proven industry innovator. Now imagine this platform